Hey guys, today I'm going to be starting a new Let's Play series. Obviously it's going to be of Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Skyrim's coming out pretty soon, so I figured might as well play this in the meantime. This actually is one of my favorite games.
Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
Yeah, why not?
Well, not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard
So
them
I'm
say we've reached
pretty much going to be
Morrowind.
playing the
I'm
vanilla
sure they'll
game,
let us go.
with a couple exceptions. I think all the mods that I'm running
Quiet.
are visual
Here comes
mods.
the guard.
This is where you
I'm running
get
better
off. Come
bodies,
with
which
me.
improves the models and textures of the characters, and just some various texture mods that just make the game look a little bit better. And then I'm running an unofficial patch as well that's just basically bug fixes. So gameplay-wise, it's just going to be the vanilla game.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock and I'll show you to the census office.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
So I'm just going to assume that some people watching this haven't played this game, but that most people have played Oblivion. You can choose your race, pretty much like Oblivion, except for that you're going to be choosing from a certain number of predetermined face models, and then hair as well. None of them really look that great, admittedly, but some are better than others. I'm going to go ahead and go with Imperial, because that's probably my favorite race to play.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
Yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
So I'm going to go ahead and make a custom class. We're going to specialize in combat, so we're going to want strength and agility. And we're going to go with long blade, marksman, heavy armor, block, athletics, security. Security is basically lockpicking, sneak, armor, which is like repairing things. We'll go speechcraft, I guess, and then restoration. And I don't really care about the name of my class.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
The birth signs are pretty similar to in Oblivion. They just give you either an ability or a constant effect sort of thing. I like to choose the warrior because it gives you fortify attack 10 points, which basically makes your attacks 10% more likely to hit. So it's pretty much good in every situation.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct. Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
Now there's a pretty useful bug that you can exploit right here. When you're stealing something, the guards will come after you if they've seen you stealing. Now, unlike in Oblivion, if you actually go into your inventory and place the item you just stolen on the ground, when the guards come over, they won't take it, and then you can pick it back up afterwards. So now, because we're in the beginning of the game, there are actually no consequences for stealing something. The guard will just walk over, say something like, you know, if you do that after you get released, you'll be in trouble, and then walk back. But he'll take all your stolen goods. So if I drop it on the ground, I can pick it back up, and there actually be no consequences at this point to stealing. So I'm going to go ahead and take this limeware platter that's worth 650 gold.
There!
Then I'm going to go into my inventory, put it back down.
Continue through to the next building and talk to Celis Gravius.
The guard will come over and basically say, don't do that, and then leave. I can pick it back up. This is going to be useful for getting kind of a head start as far as equipment. There's another thing that we can do to that effect. In this next room, we're supposed to show our papers to the captain before he releases us. We're going to drop our stolen goods on the floor. And now there's actually this key here, which opens up a warehouse across the way.
Your papers, please.
Now we don't want him staring at us, because sometimes he can catch us before we get into our inventory. But for the most part, we should be able to grab it, and then place it back down.
You've made your last mistake, thief.
So the same thing happens, and now we have a key to this warehouse that we can go in and get a lot of good stuff to start us out. Now I'm noticing that my music is turned down kind of low, so I'm going to go in and correct that real quick. Alright, so now we're going to go back in here and we're going to grab all this stuff. Basically what we're going to do with this is sell all of it to the merchant in town, just to get a nice little head start as far as gold and equipment. I'm going to lockpick this. Now, unlike in Oblivion, lockpicking is entirely stats and chance-based, so the game calculates what your lockpick skill is at, and you know, how difficult the lock is, and based upon that, it'll determine whether or not you can unlock something. So it's not like in Oblivion where it's skill-based, which can get a little bit frustrating at times. That's why you're going to want to use a lot of unlocking spells and things of that sort. Alright, so now we're going to go out. Oh yeah, first we have to ask this guy about our duties. Because I've played this game before, I'm just going to go ahead and rush through these. We're not going to get started with the main quest right away. I think we might kind of run around and find some good items first. So probably the first thing you're going to want to do when you get out here is talk to Fargroth here.
Nice day, don't you think?
Tell him that you found his ring. That's going to get his disposition up to 100, and also get the merchant's disposition up pretty high, so you can sell things at better prices. So we're going to go and basically sell all the stuff we just stole. We're not going to sell this because that's actually part of the main quest. Alrighty. The merchants work a little bit different in this game compared to Oblivion. There's sort of more of a barter system. You can raise up or down how much you think you should pay here, and then kind of trade items of equivalent value. So right now, if I was to give him all this and take these 2 unlocking scrolls, I would be selling him 844. He only has 800 gold, so I'm going to have to either click Seller Max to bring it down to 800, or I'm going to have to find some other items that I want. Now, I'm not going to buy any equipment yet because we haven't gone into the warehouse, and usually you have a pretty good chance of finding some valuable stuff there. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a couple repair hammers. And there we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and go into the warehouse, see what I can find in there. All of the loot with a few exceptions, is randomly generated. I forgot to take the key back. You see, though, now that I've set it down, he actually won't care if I steal it. But it does still count as a stolen good if I were to get caught or something. Alright, so using the warehouse key to open this door. There is a guard that walks around here, so you just want to check for him before you start looting all this stuff. Now, unlike in Oblivion, the merchants will not actually be able to tell if the goods you have are stolen or not. So you can go ahead and loot pretty much anywhere and sell off the goods to the merchants. Unlike, one thing that kind of bugged me in Oblivion was how the merchants would just, there was some way that they would just automatically know your goods were stolen. And so the only way to sell them was to go to the Thieves Guild. So this is going to be another way for us to get some quick cash. There will always be 250 arrows up there, so it's a good way to go. Yeah, there's the guard.
You want something, friend?
But he didn't see us take anything, so we're good. This is my character right now, by the way. Looking pretty poor there. Let's go ahead and equip some of that armor we found. We really didn't find that much this time. It's really luck of the draw. We'll see if this guy has any armor we can take. Let's see. I guess that'll have to do for now. Oh, actually, before that, we're going to want to wait for 24 hours, because that's going to allow the merchant's gold to replenish. See, now he has 800 again. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this stuff. We'll just take the iron stuff for now, I suppose. It's not the best armor, but it'll do for now. We're not going to go with a weapon at this point, because there is actually a way to get a pretty decent weapon right off the bat, which we'll be going to in just a minute. We're also probably going to get rid of some of these arrows, because arrows tend to be pretty heavy. Let's see. See, that'll take us to 1,000. You can never really have too many unhinging scrolls, which are, they unlock doors and such. So we're going to buy a couple more of those. And I guess take back a few of these. Alright, so that'll put us at about 800. Now what we're going to want to do is... Oh yeah, I might want to equip my armor first. And I think I forgot to buy the other gauntlet, so let me go back in and do that real quick. I need a left gauntlet. So what we're going to do is leave the town going in this direction. I don't know if that looks better or worse, but we're just going to go with that for now. Since we don't have a weapon, we're going to try and avoid these creatures here. And that's not going to work out for us, so we're just going to run away for now. The smart thing to do would be to bring a weapon that we're just going to use temporarily. This guy's part of a quest, so you can go up and take all his belongings. And now I'm going to be able to get away because of my little ninja maneuver there. Or perhaps not, we'll see. Now when you come over here to this area, this guy's gonna fall down from the sky. And he's gonna have a weapon that you can use. Now the combat in this game, for those who haven't played it, is not the best. To lower your fatigue, which is that green bar on the bottom left, the lower that gets, basically the lower chance you have to hit. But it's not too big a deal for right now. So this guy actually had a magic sword. We're going to dispose of his corpse, and if you read his journal here, you find out that he was something like inventing a magic spell that will allow him to jump really high. Well, he has these magic scrolls on him, and if you use them, you will find that it lets you jump so high that the magic will wear off, and by the time you land, you will die. So that's basically what happened to him. So these right here, Fortify Acrobatics, 1,000 points. Now if you're doing a speed run, if you look up a speed run on YouTube, people will actually use those. They will time their jump just right so that they land in certain areas that you know, are vital to the main plot of the story. The main plot of the story. The main plot of the game. So now because we found that dead guy who was murdered, we're gonna wait to let our fatigue restore. The guy who killed him is actually in this little hut here. You have the option of not saying anything or killing him. And we're going to go with the latter option because of the benefits it gives us. Basically, he just tries to punch you, so... he's really not a challenge. And now because we just killed this guy, we basically have just gotten ourselves a house. Go ahead and loot all his stuff here. He's not going to respawn, and NPCs will never walk into buildings if they're not already there. So this is basically our house now. We've got just a little base we can use. Now that guy was carrying the ring of that guy the dead guy that we found. And there are a couple things we can do with this. First off, we're going to go over here. Back to the people we talked to in the beginning, talk to them about his murder, and they're going to reward us with 500 gold. And immediately following that, we're going to go ahead and go to the lighthouse over here. You notice our sprint is very, very slow, but this is going to change as our athletics levels up. Talk to this person here about his ring, and you can trade it for 2 standard health restore potions. The ring itself doesn't do anything, so that's a pretty good trade earlier in the game. We can also come up here and grab this stuff.
Speak freely, friend.
Eventually, it's going to get to the point where jumping and running is going to be faster than just running. Alright, so he's still only got 20 gold, so we're going to have to wait. It's probably been like an hour game time, so we're going to go ahead and wait 23 hours. Alright, now we're going to sell off all the stuff that we just acquired. Alright. The merchants will also equip things that you give them that if they're better than what they currently have. So if you're planning on buying something back, it's a good idea to watch out. Can you go ahead and repair some of our stuff here? Alright, now there's another quest we can get here by talking to this guy. He's going to ask us to find this place where Fargoth, our old buddy with the ring, has been hiding some gold. And he's going to reward us by giving us half of it or whatever. Now he mentions that Fargoth only sneaks around at night, so we're going to go up to the top of the lighthouse and we're going to wait till it's nighttime. So you see that it's 2 p.m. now, so we're going to wait till about 11, I guess. Now you'll notice that Fargoth is sneaking, looking incredibly suspicious. That's us right now. We're probably going to want to get some better stuff. But for now, this is good. Even if you know where he's going, you still have to wait for him to get there and put the gold in. And if you haven't guessed where that is yet, it is actually going to be inside that tree stump there. Now as soon as he puts it in there, you can just run down and take it. He's not gonna... you don't have to worry about him seeing you, basically. So basically first quest of the game, and we're already being encouraged to steal from the only friend we've made so far. And I can't fit through there.
Under sun and sky, Outlander, we greet you.
So we're going to go back in here. Talk to this guy and receive 100 gold. So now, you know, we're, what, a few minutes into the game, and we've already got a full set of armor and 3,000 gold. So it's a pretty good way to start off your game. I think I'm going to cut part 1 off right about there. Next time, we're going to be doing a little bit of adventuring and maybe beginning with the main quest. Alright, thanks guys, I'll see you next time.